Hi, I'm the Scrub and you're here for one reason. There's a torch at the top of the mountain, but the Olympics aren't here for a few more years. Oh man, Rowena is going to be insufferable with merchandise when that happens, isn't she? Oh, it's only someone that specializes in flames. Well, why have you got me here? Go get a fire extinguisher. Oh, does it consider itself a god? Time to learn about Mount Ordeals. Simplified. The arena will not have any walls, so try not to fall off. Inferno is a room-wide AoE. Rubicante will move into the middle of the room and face east. He will hold up his hand and warp reality on the east half of the arena to be a hellish landscape. A circle and 2 rings will be summoned, so they come to rest on the platform. They will alternate the colours of red, purple, red. There will then be a series of lines and a pattern on the arena floor. Most of the lines will be straight, with 2 of the lines in the purple ring being bent. Along with these lines, there will be sigils that will have a blue triangle in the middle of them on the end of each line on the outer ring of the platform. Rubicante will then cast Order of Purgation and have a yellow beam that will be extended from the center of the arena and follow a straight path to a sigil on the outside. After he starts casting this, everyone will be hit with a debuff of Penance for 10 seconds. This debuff will expire when Order of Purgation finishes casting. As it expires, the debuff will change to Penitence Shackles, and every player will be locked in place and be unable to move. The yellow beam will then have a flame travel down until it hits the sigil on the outside. The sigil will then rise up and perform a massive conal AoE from its position. If you are still in this AoE when it goes off, you'll get a Vol stack. The easy trick to this mechanic is to stay at max melee range exactly 1 line over from where the yellow beam will be traveling across the final red ring. You'll be out of the way of the conal AoE and you'll be able to continue attacking the boss. This mechanic will repeat with a beam that will follow a bent path and move 1 space over, so make sure that you adjust where you need to be to avoid the AoE before you get locked in place. The easiest way to figure this out is to stand at max melee where the beam first bends and you'll be okay. When the second one of these goes off, the arena will return to normal. Shattering Heat is a small point blank AoE tank buster. Tanks will need to mitigate and make sure that they are away from the party when they take this, and everyone else shouldn't stand with a tank unless you want an early cremation. Rubicante will then move into the middle of the arena and cast Arch Inferno. This will be a red and black AoE underneath the boss and 2 large AoEs opposite each other on the outside of the arena. The middle red and black AoE will go off and create a lingering fire puddle. If you get hit by the middle AoE when it goes off, you'll get a Vol stack. And the lingering fire puddle will also give you a Vol stack as well as a slight knockback. The outside AoEs will move around the arena in a clockwise direction. Each one you get hit by will give you a Vol stack, so you'll need to stay ahead of these AoEs to avoid them. While this is going on, there will be 3 AoEs that will appear back to back underneath a random player's feet, so make sure that you move out of these as well. Rubicante will face a random player and cast Conflagration, which is a straight line AoE that will be through him in the direction he's facing. You'll need to quickly get out of this AoE or get a Vol stack if you get hit by it. There will also be a cast of Radial Flagration, which will be a series of narrow conal AoEs around the whole arena with a safe zone between each one. If you get hit by any of these conal AoEs, you'll get a Vol stack. You'll need to try and dodge all of these AoEs as best you can to avoid the Vol stacks. When the conal AoEs go off, the outside AoEs will stop moving and the mechanic will end. He will repeat the tearing of reality in concentric circles on the ground, but this time the purple ring will have arrows indicating which way it will rotate. Rubicante will cast Order of Purgation, give out the debuff which will count down to everyone being shackled, and create the beam to the outside. This beam will not fire until the purple ring rotates. After you have been shackled in place, the ring will rotate, the beam will fire, and the AoE will be created. Just like last time, there is an easy trick to this. Stand right on the yellow beam at max melee range or on the join between the purple ring and the outside red ring. Because the purple ring will always shift only 1 spot, it can never go back to this position, so the original yellow beam, no matter where it's pointing, will always be safe. This mechanic with the turning purple ring will repeat. When the arena returns to normal, Rubicante will become untargetable and move to the north end of the arena. 3 Flame Scent and 1 Greater Flame Scent will spawn in. A bar labeled Rubicante's Power will appear. If this fills, Rubicante will enrage and wipe the group. The Greater Flame Scent will cast Ghastly Torch. This will be a room-wide AoE that will give everyone an unassumable stack of a burns dot tick that will last 15 seconds. This stack will increase with every room-wide that this mob throws out, so I would recommend focusing this one down to give your healers a little bit of help. The 3 smaller Flame Scent will each have their own cast. One will cast Ghastly Flame. This will be numerous small AoEs that will be scattered around the arena. Another will cast Ghastly Wind, which will be a conal AoE directed towards a random party member, and the last one will cast Shattering Heat, which is a small point blank AoE tank buster, so tanks will need to take this away from the rest of the party. Once all of the ads have been defeated, Rubicante will become targetable again and perform his ultimate with the slow cast of Blazing Rapture. This will coat the platform in lava, which will give everyone an additional burns dot tick. This ultimate will throw out a massive room-wide AoE before returning the arena to normal, and the burns dot tick will fall off. A few moments later, a cutscene will play. When he hits the one-wing danger... Nope, wrong entertainment. When When he becomes the one-winged angel... Wait, wrong game. At the end of the cutscene, he becomes targetable again. Inferno will be a point-blank AoE around all players. When these go off, they will give a bleeding dot tick for 15 seconds. Spread out and avoid overlapping these, as if you do, you'll get a bleeding dot tick per AoE you get hit by. Rubicante will then move into the middle of the arena and cast Flame Rake. This will be a spinning marker in the middle of the arena with 2 arrows on it that will be pointing in opposite directions. When it comes to a stop, the arrows will pulse and disappear. The direction of the arrows will be an expanding straight line AoE that will start from the middle of the platform. This will continue outwards until it leaves the platform. Getting hit by any of these AoEs will give you a Vol stack. You'll just need to stand to the side of where the arrows stop and wait for the first AoE to go off. Then you'll need to quickly move into the middle where the AoE just was to dodge the rest of the AoEs. Soul Scald will target every player with a straight line AoE that will follow them around the arena. You'll need to spread these out to the compass points as best you can for what comes next. When the cast ends, a clone of Rubicante will dash through you and appear on the outside of the arena. After a moment, a blue AoE will appear from the clone on the outside of the arena in a straight line back through Rubicante to the opposite side of the arena. This is why we try to spread them out evenly, as there will be easy to reach safe spots around the arena. So try to make it to a safe spot to avoid the dashes of the clones. You will get a Vol stack per blue AoE you get hit by. Following this will be the cast of Dual Fire. Both tanks will get a 120-degree conal AoE tank buster. Both tanks will need to move so they are close to each other without standing in each other's conal AoE to give everyone else in the party plenty of space to move away from them. If a non-tank gets hit by this, I hope you like your Warrior of Light flambéed. Rubicante will then move into the middle of the room, face a random direction, and cast the move Sweeping Immolation. This will be a half-room cleave in the direction he's facing, along with either a point-blank AoE to all players or a stack marker to one player. If you get the point-blank AoEs, just spread out in the safe half as best you can to avoid overlapping these. And if you get the stack marker, just group up on the safe side to share the damage. From here, Rubicante will transition back to normal and mechanics will repeat until he has been defeated. Congratulations, you have defeated Rubicante. My name is The Scrub. Thank you for watching.